Welcome to the 175-180 Liberal Studies online academic writing class. What is this class about? What is LBST 175 and 180? What are they all about? They are about writing, essay writing, developing your academic voice, learning how to write effective essays using a number of verbal strategies such as paraphrase, summary, quotation, example, list, sentence completion, and imitation. Writing is the inverse of reading. We can't write without reading. We will work on close reading and how our reading can inform our writing. We assume that writing is a process and that we can only learn to write by writing. I also assume that everyone in this class can learn to write and learn to write well. Consider every writing assignment as simultaneously a rewriting assignment, and every reading assignment simultaneously as a rereading assignment. You get a number of opportunities to write before you actually receive a grade. All of the activities in the class push you toward becoming a better writer. We want you to write against the grain, which means to question what you read and what you hear. For me as a teacher, helping you find your voice is extremely important. Our readings push us toward taking responsibility for our own education. It often happens, especially in writing, that students are held hostage by labels they have received or negative associations they have made. Writing can help us peel off these labels and see them for what they are. Writing can also help us piece together the patterns of how we live in the world. It's only after we recognize our patterns that we can begin to give them up for more productive patterns. I believe that you can become a good writer, and I am here to help you make substantive moves in that direction. Who is the instructor? I am the instructor. My name is Margaret Eskew. I'm a writer, a linguist, and a publisher. I earned my doctorate in linguistics from Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., and my master's in German literature from Tulane University. I published several books. At one point, I was a Hitler scholar and probably will return to that role. I wrote a book on the language of Adolf Hitler that was published by Peter Lang Publishers, international publishing house, and the book examines how Hitler used language to gain power in Germany and then throughout the world. I have taught at two major research universities, 3 historically black universities, and Mercer University. While at Mercer University, I came to realize the tremendous gifts and strengths working adults bring to the classroom. And I have basically dedicated the rest of my professional life to working with adult students, to achieve their dreams, to find their voices, to empower them. My aim is to add your strengths to mine and together create with you an academic environment in which you will thrive and prosper. What materials are you going to need for this course? Our 3 textbooks are listed on your syllabus Ways of Reading contains all of our readings for both LBST 175 and LBST 180. You will not need to purchase any new books for LBST 180. The second book, They Say, I Say, is a short reference type work that will give you ready-made forms to use in writing your essays. The third book, Easy Writer, is a style manual with a section on grammar and punctuation. We will use the APA format for word processing papers. It is your Bible for form. Consult it, especially when you document your use of the words or ideas of other writings, which is one thing we'll be practicing doing, is being able to use the works of other writers to gain credibility for ourselves, especially when we are new to a field and don't have a reputation to stand on. You will also need a good dictionary and access to a computer with internet connection. If you are new to Blackboard, it is imperative that you use the Blackboard tutorials available to you. You also have a tremendous advantage in learning to write at Mercer. Mercer provides writing tutors through the Academic Resource Center. The center is for all of us. It's not just for poor students. Faculty members also find it valuable to get feedback on their writing from the ARC, as we call the Academic Resource Center. Give yourself a raise. Take advantage of ARC services to have your papers read and assessed before you submit them to me for a grade. These services are costly elsewhere. However, you do not pay anything extra for them. They are part of the benefits of being a student at Mercer University. What are the course requirements? Your course requirements are spelled out very clearly, I think, in your syllabus. It is critical that you take no more than one other course while you are enrolled in LBST 175 and 180. You will write one essay each week and revise 4 of them for grades. You will need to post 3 times weekly to the reader's blog. A longer post on the discussion question of the week and 2 short posts on the postings of 2 other students. You will also have several short exercises designed to build strategies to develop your writing. There will be a weekly multiple choice quiz. You will also need to produce in this session, this 8-week session, you will need to produce an annotated bibliography. So you will learn how to annotate texts, essays, and to put them together in a bibliographic form. We'll use the APA manual for that. Lastly, you can expect to hear from me at least once a week on a podcast or through notes, such as what I'm doing right now. A big thing is time management. You are working adults. Many of you are working adults with family responsibilities. Some of you still have young children. And managing your time is an essential part of meeting your academic requirements. Our instructional design faculty member has put together a wonderful map of the way you can use your time most effectively in LBST 175 and later in LBST 180. The different aspects of your instruction take your time into consideration. There will be a map of the course to follow. You will know in advance what is required. For instance, if you know that you will have one week will be particularly demanding, you have the option of doing most of the work ahead of time. Time management is crucial to completing this course. It is highly demanding of me and of you. What are the strategies for success in this course? Number 1, start with an open mind and the realization that none of us is perfect. Don't wait until you can write perfectly to write, because you will never write perfectly unless you write, and we may never write perfectly. 2, be task-oriented. If you need to read 40 pages this week, make sure to read at least 6 pages per day. Write your reflections in the page margins. I like the question, how do you eat an elephant? Sometimes it seems like these courses are as big as elephants, and the answer is you eat an elephant one piece at a time, and that is what we call task-oriented. You approach this course one task at a time, and you will be in good shape. Number 3, if you do several short tasks each day, you will learn more than if you do an all-nighter, because the frequency of exposure to the material and to putting your mind in writing mode is more important at the outset than long hours. Number 4, when you begin to write down everything you want to say. Once you have everything written down, you can work on how to organize what you have listed, and how to organize it in the most effective way. Usually there are a number of ways that you can organize any set of information. You want to identify the driving thought or the thesis statement behind the way you organize your work. Working on style, punctuation, and grammar comes last. Number 5, stay connected to your instructor and classmates. That's definitely one way to do well in the class, is that staying connected. Usually people who stay connected to other people in the classes in the university are the ones who stay and who graduate. Number 6, this is called take advantage of your opportunities. Mercer has tremendous libraries and librarians who enjoy helping you to learn how to search for materials and use them most effectively, and how to determine their credibility. So take advantage of that. You have a professional there who can help you. And also take advantage of the Academic Resource Center. That's a tremendous resource for students, for faculty, and for staff. So there's a lot there to take advantage of. You can't take advantage of every area that they offer. But when you do take advantage of it, you're really adding value to your education. Number 7, instead of looking at this course as something that you have to do and get over with, claim it as your opportunity to empower yourself through writing and close reading. Number 8, and this one is last, but perhaps it should have been first. Take charge of your own education. Your education is too important to take it to anyone else to take charge of. You need to back up, look to see where you need to go, and then take charge of your education. It's interesting how much more you get out of something when you go in expecting to get something out of it and looking for certain features. Our readings will give you an illustration of people who waited until their 30s. For instance, the first reading, Richard Rodriguez, he comes to a point where he takes charge of his own education. He no longer goes and asks anybody else to educate him. He decides his own direction and he takes charge. Thank you. I look forward to working with you throughout this course. And I encourage you, if you do not understand the syllabus at any point, to please don't struggle with it. Send me an email and I will clarify to the best of my ability. Let's make this a wonderful Liberal Studies 175 and 180. Many good writers have come out of 175 and 180 and are making tremendous contributions because of the time they spent in getting the skills they need to write effectively and recognizing the importance of finding their own voices. Thank you.